Good evening and happy Great Reset. Tonight we've got compelling stories that will violate your psychology and help us further take over your mind. Please be sure to think we have your best interest at heart or else it won't work. Our top stories tonight. The latest in how Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum are destroying lives and countries in order to save the environment. Sri Lanka overthrows their president. Hunter Biden had his iCloud account hacked. And it's been announced that people might start dying of a mysterious heart condition. It's not what you think. Find out what we want you to think in just a minute. But first, reptilian overlord Klaus Schwab and his World Economic Forum want to take care of you. So much so that if you don't let them, they'll decimate your life. And if you do let them, they'll decimate your life. But at least you'll be happy about it. For the latest on the beneficial impacts of the policies that the highly revered, climate crisis saving, very unelected world leader Klaus Schwab are having, let's check out what's happening in Sri Lanka. After strongly adhering to World Economic Forum influence over the country by Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, the country's economy has been decimated. Their food shortages, fuel shortages, and medicine shortages have rampaged the country while inspiring the Biden administration and leading the country's very impressive inflation rate to 54.6% in June. And over this past weekend, citizens of the country, after mistakenly thinking they're being oppressed, flooded the presidential palace demanding the president resign. And it worked. Rajapaksa announced he will step down from office on Wednesday. He then tried to flee the country. Yet citizens and airport staff blocked him from leaving the country, as it's thought that he wanted to leave the country prior to his presidential immunity expiring on Wednesday so he can avoid being arrested for his crimes against the country.
This just in. You got away. Left the country after all.
Now we at the media want to clear up any confusion. The vast majority of Sri Lankan citizens who have been intentionally oppressed, with Rajapaksa being under the thumb of Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum, haven't been oppressed at all. So why the revolt? Well, it's looking like the explanation for an entire country revolting is because they're all Trump supporters addicted to insurrections and human rights. Therefore, the January 6th committee is expected to conclude that the overthrowing of the Sri Lankan president that happened last weekend happened on January 6th. Because Sri Lanka is in a different time zone, as stated by star witness Cassidy Hutchinson. And let us explicitly remind you, just like how communism works everywhere it's implemented, Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum's green policies work everywhere they're implemented too. And they absolutely will work, if you comply.
Stopping it there. Okay. I feel really bad about the Sri Lankan citizens going through what they're going through, because again, I've been to Sri Lanka. It's a beautiful country. The people there treated me amazingly so. They're so hospitable. And yeah, I would love to be able to go back to that country. And I saw like a little breakdown about the president. Like the whole like government is kind of ran by this one family. Like a lot of the family is implemented into the politics of Sri Lanka. And for a while, Sri Lanka was sort of prospering, and again, it started opening borders to tourism, and so they were okay with it, that the citizens. But then, because throughout the years, from what I heard anyway, I could be wrong. Let me know in the comment section. The president of Sri Lanka started doing a lot of dirty dealings with China. I don't know if you can say China anymore on YouTube, seriously. And, you know, just corruption and money and all that stuff happened. And I hope they get back on their feet. And to be honest, it is really admiring, even though he still escaped, he still fled the country, the fact that the citizens put their foot down and was like, no, like you're not gonna get away without having to answer to what you've done, having to pay for your political crimes or whatever. I'm not supporting violence or harm or anything like that, but it's just admiring to see citizens take action instead of just being a bunch of fucking sheep. I wouldn't be surprised if the media, especially the Western media, starts just saying they're all like right-wing conspiracy QAnon Trump supporters, and they should be completely ignored. By the way, they're also racist, misogynist, transphobic. Don't pay attention to them, because that's kind of what the media does. Anyway, let's get back into it.
And for U.S. citizens who look at our food, fuel, and medicine shortages along with our mega inflation and wonder, is our World Economic Forum compliant administration doing the same thing that the criminal Sri Lankan president was trying to do? Well, let us tell you, no! To help solve our fuel problem, energy expert Joe Biden told gas stations they should lower their prices. What else do we need here, guys? Plus, our good-hearted leftist leaders have already advised you that if you don't like the fuel costs, then you should just buy an electric car. It's clearly the solution. Meanwhile, in Gavin Newsom-led California, who is a strong loyalist to the World Economic Forum, the state has asked people to stop charging their electric vehicles due to power grid concerns. And in traditional fashion, the fact checkers have stepped in to inform you that what happened didn't really happen. A necessary step to make the World Economic Forum's Agenda 2030 look the way it's supposed to. And in other news, the Epoch Times asks, why is the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the World Economic Forum, and the United Nations and their Agenda 2030 involved in our global food systems? We'll provide you with full coverage of not looking into that answer, as we will now report to you on something else. I wonder why the Epoch Times had their Hong Kong offices set on fire. Maybe the elites just thought it was a food processing plant or something. Next in the...
Stopping it there. I like how he said at the beginning that a lot of these people that have a lot of fucking power and a lot of fucking control and a lot of fucking influence, not just in the States, not just in the West, but globally, are all unelected. No one elected these people. No one elected Francois or whatever of the World Economic Forum. Nobody elected Bill Gates. Nobody elected Dr. Fauci. Nobody elected the Facebook guy or the Twitter guy or the Google guy or the Amazon guy. All these people that has all this power. Do you know, like, Google has lobbyists? Why the fucking the search engine needs lobbyists? Facebook lobbyists. Why are they in government? So it is insane how it doesn't really matter anymore who we vote for, because we have a bunch of unelected officials or unelected overlords taking control. And I'm in India right now, and they had the huge farmer protest a while ago. For now, they've won. A lot of Indian people here feel like they won because it's just right around elections. There's been a lot of elections going on in India lately, and so they don't know if that's going to last. Like, once election is over, then whatever the farmers are protesting against would come back. And basically, they're protesting against people monopolizing over their farms, their family farms, their small farms, their small agricultural communities that they have passed down from family to family, getting grabbed up by these big fucking monopolies, and then pumped all their food with fucking poison, and then even buying up the farmers' tools and knowledge, and the knowledge that they've gained on how to grow food. Basically, like, basically taking control of that knowledge, buying it up. I forgot what you call it when you buy something and you put a thing on it so no one else can use it. I forgot the name of it. I'll put it on the screen. But basically taking ownership of the knowledge these farmers already had, and then if the farmers want to use it, they basically have to pay in. Right? And then they're forced to use certain chemicals for their food, and if they don't, they won't no longer be able to farm. This has all been done by Bill Gates. Trust me. Bill Gates don't have friends in India. People do not like him in India. Like, he is seen as the fucking Antichrist because he's literally going up to other freaking countries and taking their land. Oh, but the progressives really hate colonizers, but don't have a problem with Bill Gates colonizing all these places, or China colonizing all these countries. Like, it's freaking insane. And one of the reasons why I like living outside of the States is because the food is not pumped with so many chemicals around here. Like, I literally live next to farms. I literally have my produce, vegetables and fruit, like, from farm to table, and they're trying to destroy that in other countries. It's so fucked up. And that's one of the things that's going on, I believe, in the Sweden farmer protest. Like, you guys need to fucking pay attention. Even the farmers in America, they've been giving us a lot of warning and saying, like, the prices of farming has tripled. Everything is about to triple. Buying food is about to become so expensive. And they're fucking monopolizing on all this shit. Like, it's fucking insane. Okay, I went on a rant. Let's continue.
News. You might be wondering why young people are all of a sudden very mysteriously dying from heart conditions. Because new findings suggest that up to 5,500 people might be dying in any given year from such heart conditions. Now, what's causing these lethal heart conditions? Solar flares. Yeah, that's right. The solar flares are doing it. And you're going to have to just take our word for it because we know you don't have the equipment necessary to study solar flares to validate this very compelling explanation. It's been the solar flares. Now you can finally stop asking the questions that we don't want you asking. We also have reason to believe that solar flares are causing our open border, food shortages, fuel shortages, Biden falling off his bike, and Mercury being in retrograde is causing inflation. Damn the universe for conspiring against us. And Hunter Biden sits in boiling water as the iCloud account associated with his phone was hacked by a 4chan user. We don't know how it was hacked, given the very sophisticated passwords that a scholar like him must be using. Because as the owner of the laptop store has shared, that when Hunter dropped off his now infamous laptop that doesn't exist, he said his password is anal fucking 69. Lisa, can you change the password to all my accounts? I think there's been a compromise. In his iCloud account on his phone, there's wholesome videos of Hunter with crack, having sex with prostitutes, documents of foreign payoffs, and him listing his father, Joe Biden, on his phone contacts as Pedo Peter, which is all likely to be 100% Russian misinformation, and we can confidently make this conclusion because we don't want you to know about any of this. So watch us stop reporting on all the incriminating evidence against the Bidens, and then watch yourself start thinking, well, if there really was something there, the media would be telling us about it, right? Right.
If you want the full details on the Hunter Biden iCloud hack, check out the video on JP's new Reacts channel, linked in the description here.
You stupid son of a... You're gonna reveal the whole plan! You're gonna ruin it! Don't ever say that again! Get Hillary on the line for me. And in other news, the Clintons would like to report that my video producer has just committed suicide by beating himself to death with this club. He was truly a troubled individual. Now, to clear Biden's good name, we'd like to share with you that Hunter's dad is selling oil reserves to a Hunter Biden-tied Chinese firm. What a good humanitarian deed. We clearly have too much oil, and the Chinese Communist Party needed some. And luckily, Hunter had a connection that allowed Joe to get them some. And speaking of China, Chinese citizens are rebelling over having their bank accounts frozen.
In a rare show of defiance, protesters on Sunday clashed with security forces outside the Chinese central bank in the city of Zhengzhou. Demonstrators are outraged over the freezing of deposits by some local banks. They stormed the building demanding their funds be returned. The banks froze millions of dollars worth of deposits in April, telling customers they were upgrading their internal systems.
I guess the Chinese Communist Party needs their citizens' money more than their citizens do. It seems like a very fair Green Deal to me. That's it for tonight's news. Please have milk and cookies waiting for Klaus Schwab when he comes to haunt your house. Kids, you should strive to be like Hunter Biden and watch out for those solar flares. All hail Satan. Good night. Hey.
All right, guys, that was it. That was Awaken with JP. I believe the title of this video was, "We're not committing crimes." I'm assuming that's how he meant it to be said. Was that a real headline? The solar flares, being the cause of 55,000 heart problems? Like, what the fuck? And the whole China thing. Like, a lot of people feel like China is going to revolt or rebel at some point. Unfortunately, I think for China, and other experts' opinions, is gonna slowly become more and more like North Korea. They're slowly sort of closing off to the world, demonizing the West, getting all the foreigners out, and kind of just isolating their citizens, locking out any other outside information, North Korea style. So I don't think China's gonna fall anytime soon or go anywhere anytime soon. I think there's something going on with China and Australia or Taiwan or something happening. I don't know. But China's citizens rebelling or revolting or even protesting the way they've been doing lately is really a big change for Chinese citizens. And so, good on them. Unfortunately, I think they waited too long. It's never too late to change, but once the totalitarian government got hold, they're really not gonna ever let that shit go. So yeah. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think of this video. I feel like you would think like the World Economic Forum and everything, the whole like you own nothing and be happy for it and all the other fucking the steps that they told us is gonna happen. Go look it up yourself. I think at some point they even want to like ban travel because it's bad for the planet, flying, and you know, carbon emissions is bad for the planet because they said like you're gonna have to have less leisure time because it's bad for the planet. So you know, 2030, I'll be in the woods somewhere, in a corner of the world, growing my own food. I don't know about you guys, but that's where I'll be. There's some fucking hippie commune somewhere. But let me know what you guys think. And I know it all sounds like a conspiracy. It really does, but it's actually happening. But of course, most people are more concerned with Kardashian and Pete Davidson is doing and whatever. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to get the notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support the channel further, you can donate. My PayPal and Cash App link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course, it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe. Another great way to support this channel is either join my brand membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand merch shop. Links down below and links to all of the alternate platforms I'm on, my socials, including my Twitter. Other ways to support me and other ways to contact me for business is always in the links down below. And if you like, you can super thanks. I also have a second travel vlog channel. I travel as a lifestyle, or I live abroad. If you'd like to know where I am in the world, you can go to the description box below and also in the comment section. Hit the link, go subscribe to my travel vlog channel, and or follow me on my travel Instagram. My stories is usually what's most up to date. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye!